Hi everyone, Shine Vasquez here. We are going to talk about essential oils that you can use when you are stressed out. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump in, talk about some things that causes us distress, and then some ways that we can use our oils to help with that. So, um, everyone is stressed at some point in their life, right? Like we all have these times when we just can't deal with our emotions correctly and we become stressed, right? So the top 5 things that causes us to stress in our lives are usually related to money, work or your career, family, our personal health or health of loved ones, in the news, right? So those 5 things make us extremely stressed out in our lives. For one reason or another, they just cause our bodies to deal in a different way than what we normally would, especially given certain circumstances. So, some things that we can do to ease our stress. And I believe the number one thing is making sure that we get good and adequate sleep. So every night we should be getting between 7 and 8 hours of sleep for an adult. Kids should be getting 9 to 10 hours. So if we aren't getting the sleep that we need, it makes it really, really very difficult for us to be able to communicate well, for us to be able to handle situations without becoming stressed, and for us to live lives that we desire to live, right? We want to be happy, we want to be joyful, we want to live in a content way, but whenever we aren't getting sleep, everything just kind of goes haywire in our lives, right? So lack of sleep is a big epidemic in our culture right now, right? Like there's a reason why there's a coffee shop on every single corner. Like we love our coffee. Coffee is our first true love, right? Like all, like so many people. Okay, so I was in Austin this last weekend. I got to have a little vacation with my best friend from high school, my sister, and literally every corner, every stoplight, or every other stoplight, there was a Starbucks. And so like this is so valid, y'all. Like there's a reason why we go to that coffee, and it's because we're tired. We're tired. We're exhausted, and so we just face the day exhausted because we don't get adequate sleep. So when we don't get adequate sleep and when we wake up really tired, it affects the way that we deal with our emotions, and the way that we start off our day, the way that we face our day. So if we're really stressed out, we are probably not going to get good sleep at night. So when we go to bed stressed, when we go to bed worried, when we go to bed thinking about all the things that we didn't get done, all of the things that we should have done, or all the ways that we maybe messed up and we should have done better, we're not getting good sleep because we're stressed about all of those things. And so what do? We go to bed and we worry and we don't get much sleep, and then we wake up the next morning and we grab our cup of coffee that makes us jittery and is our, true love, and we hit the day with this coffee in our hands, right? And not that coffee is necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that you can't have your coffee, but I'm saying that coffee isn't solving your issues. There's some things that we need to do. There's a sense of responsibility that we have to take for not for not sleeping at night and for not making sure that we get adequate sleep. So what are some ways that we can help our bodies, help our minds shut off at night so that instead of staying awake, worried, and stressed and thinking all of these things, we can allow our body to get rest, get some sleep, and rejuvenate, renew, and be refreshed. So that when we wake up in the morning, we're a new person, we're ready to take on the day in a new, bright, and fresh perspective. So some ways that we can do that. First off, we have to learn to turn off our electricity. And I am so guilty of this too. In fact, last night, I'm sounding like a hypocrite because last night I was struggling to go to sleep. Instead of reaching for my oils, I reached for my phone and I was scrolling through Facebook and I was looking at my Brightline eating stuff and I was looking at doTERRA videos and I was, like doing those things. And so it took me longer to shut down and to actually go to sleep than if I would have put my phone away and if I would have used my oils like I normally do and actually just go to bed and get some sleep and get some rest. So make sure we turn off our devices. And that's something that sounds super foreign to us right now because we are in a culture of electronics. We're in a culture of electricity and having our phones, having our tablets, having our computers, having Wi-Fi that reaches every single room in the house and all of those things. And so we are not allowing our bodies to shut off and be or preparing our bodies for a good night's sleep. So 30 minutes before you are ready to be asleep, to be out, ready to go to bed, all electricity needs to be off. Phones, all the lights, anything that's stimulating our brains to desire something or to do something basically needs to stop. Okay. The next thing, I think that it's really important to have a nighttime routine. So just like we do with our children, like we bathe them, we put on their oils, we get their pajamas on, they brush their teeth. That's all a part of their nighttime routine. And for us, it's very similar. So if we're morning time showers, okay, fine, whatever. But still, we need to wash our face. We need to brush our teeth. We need to do the things that tells our body every time we do those things in the evening, it prepares our body to relax, to slow down. And it's telling us that we are about to go to bed, right? So we need to get into a good bedtime routine for ourselves as well. And one, sorry, looking at my notes real fast just to make sure I'm covering all of this. So yes, before we had electricity, we went to bed when the sun went down and we woke up when the sun came up. And that's not a bad thing, guys. Like, it's all of our modern technology is obviously like wonderful. I wouldn't be able to sit here and do what I'm doing with y'all if we didn't have it. However, it's also important that we take time away from screens and that we build real relationships, that we prepare our bodies for sleep, that we do things intentionally and have purpose in all of our actions that we do throughout the day. So, some oils that you can use to help you at night. So this is our Serenity blend. And this is our Restful blend. So it helps prepare us for sleep. And as you can tell, my bottle is like literally empty. I just ordered one. I don't know, I think it may be sitting over there on the counter. But this one is completely empty. So we use this oil at nighttime. And what I like to do is I like to put it in my diffuser about 30 minutes before. So the same time I turn off all my lights, all my electricity, I go ahead and I plug my diffuser in and I put my Serenity, and usually I do like four to 5 drops, and my diffuser lasts 6 hours. And so, which is great because you want that prolonged lasting diffuser whenever you're asleep to help you stay asleep at night. So I put, like I said, 4 or 5 drops of this into my diffuser 30 minutes before I'm ready to go to bed so that I can already start smelling it. I can start getting the benefits of all of the oils that are in it to help relax me and to calm me down. Another one that I personally love, I rub this one behind my ears or on the bottom of my feet. And this is vetiver. Vetiver helps when we have a lot of information that is going on inside our heads, and our bodies are tired, but our brains just aren't shutting off. This one helps with that. It helps just to slow and calm our brains, helps to shut them off, helps to turn them off, so that they can be allowed to rest as well. So this one is really, really wonderful for that. And then we have our mood matrix. Okay, and so these are all going to help with our stress. Okay, so all of our mood matrix essential oils don't have labels on them. And the reason for that is because they are not best used internally. We don't want you to use these internally. These are best used whenever you open them up and you put them in your diffuser or you smell them straight from the bottle. And they go into our olfactory system and down into our limbic system. And our limbic system controls our breathing, it controls our heart rate, controls our blood pressure, and it very significantly controls our emotions. And so that is the best way for us to use the Mood Matrix blend that doTERRA provides us. So also, if you don't have a diffuser, something that I love to do, I'm going to use Citrus Bliss as an example. You can put this in, like if you have diffuser jewelry, you can put it in there. You can put it in a roller bottle and dilute it and use it as a perfume. Or you can get a drop of it, rub it around in your hands, cup your hands like this and around, and make your own little diffuser. And then after you get done, you can kind of just spread it throughout your hair, and you allow your hair to be its own diffuser. Plus, if you're using some kinds that are really great for hair, it's really good and nourishing to your hair as well. So that's just some different ways that you can use this. But we'll start with Citrus Bliss. Citrus Bliss is great to use in the morning times because it is very uplifting and energizing. It puts you in a positive mood, and it just makes you really happy. So what I suggest with this is probably the night before you go to sleep, maybe as part of your bedtime routine, you fill up your diffuser in your living room or in your kitchen, and you add 3 to 5 drops of this into your diffuser, so that whenever you wake up in the morning, you're feeling happy. You can hit that button on, and it's going to start providing you with all of the benefits of our Citrus Bliss. And this is our invigorating blend. So it's very invigorating. I love that one so much. It smells like dreamsicle / orange sherbet. It smells amazing. Let's see. Is there anything I need to add with? Oh, also you can add peppermint with this blend. And the peppermint just helps you feel awake and alert. And then you also get all of the benefits of the mood with the Citrus Bliss, just feeling happy and energized and ready to take on your day. So those are really great for that. Also with Citrus Bliss, one of my uplines, Amanda, she said in her video when she was talking about Citrus Bliss to start associating it with things that you are grateful for. And I absolutely loved that. So I I recommend the same thing for you. So each time you smell citrus bliss, just think of some things that you are grateful for. We all have things that we are grateful for. We all have things in our life that are blessings and are amazing that some people may or may not have. And so just whenever you smell this, take a minute and think about those things. And then what will happen is every morning as you're using this essential oil, you're going to start thinking about things that you're grateful for. And there's not a better way to get your morning started than with a grateful heart. And so that's just really special. I really loved that. So I wanted to share that with y'all as well. The next one that we have here is Elevation. And Elevation is our joyful blend. So this is the oil that I use when I'm in a not so happy mood. When I'm really sad or I'm down or feeling just kind of upset, just not with it, not happy. This is the oil that I go to, and I love this oil. It has an amazing scent to it, and I use this one a lot for perfume as well, just because it is such a great smell. And you always need to be joyful in all circumstances, right? Like God calls us to that. And so I love this. Oh, love this blend. So this one is one just to use when you're not very happy. When you need to be full of joy, grab this Elevation, and it's just going to help you get out of your grouchy place and into a happy heart. Okay? Happy, joyful heart. The next one is Balance. And Balance is our grounding blend. This is my Mommy Time Out blend. I love me some Balance. So this is one that both myself and my daughter uses often. So if I need a mommy time out because I feel like I want to explode on my children or explode on my husband or even on myself, and I know that is not how I'm supposed to respond, that's not how I'm supposed to act, this is a blend that I use to help ground me. So it's our grounding blend. It helps me to take control of my emotions again, to see the issue or the problem or whatever is going on for what it truly is. Instead of it being this huge thing, it allows me to kind of step back and be like, okay, that's just spilt milk. It was an accident. It's not a big deal. But sometimes right after you get finished mopping the house and cleaning the house, and then they come in and, your kid accidentally spills milk, it just triggers you. And so this helps me to be able to respond in a positive way, instead of just exploding on my kids when it was just a total accident. So this is my Mommy Timeout oil. On the reverse of that, if Amaris is very, very irritable, if she's struggling with her emotions, if she's very sassy and not in a good way, like just very not listening, not taking control of her actions, if she's very fussy, this is an oil that I combined with Serenity for her. I don't know where I just did with my Serenity. Somewhere here. And we use this to help her with her emotions. And it works amazing. She just rolls it right behind her ear. It's diluted. It's in a roller bottle. She knows where it is. She knows she can go and get it, and she can use that whenever she needs to. And sometimes if she doesn't realize that she needs to, I'll say, hey, Amaris, I think you need to go get your roller. And she knows what I'm talking about. So that's really awesome. And she uses that well. And then the last one, this one is Wild Orange. And Wild Orange does have a supplements facts label. So it's not one of the Mood Matrix oils, but it's one that really helps with our emotions. So this is an oil that you cannot open the cap off of and take a deep breath of and not feel happy. It's just impossible. I'm pretty sure. I have not met someone who, when put to the challenge, did not smile after smelling this essential oil. So this one is just very happy. It's very uplifting, and it causes you to have a sense of joy, to have a sense of happiness. So it can be paired with several different things. So first, it can be paired with peppermint. And that helps in the morning times. It's another alternative to Citrus Bliss. If you don't have Citrus Bliss, this is going to make you feel very, very happy, still making you feel alert, awake, ready to take on the day. So those two are great together. Oops. Goodness. It could also be paired with lavender. And this one I use at night. And Amiris actually responds really well to these two, lavender and wild orange together. So the wild orange makes you feel very happy, especially if she's having a harder time wanting to go down for bed, but it's past her bedtime, or it's at her bedtime. And she really needs sleep. This one helps because this one makes her feel happy, and this one helps calm her down and allow her body to start being in a place of rest. And so those are really great together. And then the last one, you can use the Balance and the wild orange together. And so the Balance is going to ground you. It's going to help kind of chill you out, make you see things for what they really are. And then the wild orange allows you to be happy. And so those two are really great together to help use and balance our emotions. So that is all that I have for emotions. But if you have any questions, or you would like more information on how you can support your emotions using the essential oils, there is a whole book about it. There's actually quite a few books, but I have two that I really like. So if you struggle with anything in particular, you can always shoot me a message on here, and I would love to help you. Thanks, guys.